Those who worked harder, those who thought better, those who conveyed their best are the ones who made the world the history tells the rest. Good morning to all present here. I, Narayana Pujara of class 12 stand before you to give TED talk on the topic how to create history. Wait, I'm not telling you to become an archaeologist or a historian who needs to go to remote areas to find fossils, treasures, etc. and write about them. Rather, I want to become a person about whom people would write about. Your learnings and experiences would go down in history and become a motivating factors for the future generations. Do you know what is common among all people who have created history? It's their perseverance, consistency, dedication, and their zeal to serve the mankind. But becoming that person is not a cup of tea. As you know, Rome was not built in a day. Similarly, you have to work hard in order to achieve your goals. You have to improve yourself, refine your thinking, and broaden your viewpoint about the world. This will help you to act intelligently in the events that the world has to offer you. And your performance in these events will compel people to remember your name throughout the ages. In other words, you will become immortal in the annals of history. In other words, you will become immortal in the annals of history. But keep in mind that self-refining is not easy. It is a process which takes havoc on the person's soul. During these hard times, remember that even though I walk through the darkest valley, I fear no evil when I am with me. Let me take an example of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, leader of INA, the Indian National Army. He was a person of strong character. Before coming to India, he was an ICS officer in London who had got all India rank 4, which was a great achievement for Indians at that time. But he resigned from his post to join the freedom movement, and thus he created Indian National Army. They fought fiercely against Britishers. That Britishers had advocated themselves that INA was one of the major reasons which compelled them to leave India. This was only possible under the leadership of Netaji. If he had not resigned from his post, if he had not resolved to leave his comfortable life in London and come to India to fight for our freedom, country's freedom, this would not have been possible. But he chose to live, work, and die for his country. That's what made him immortal. What we learn from him is that not just by thinking we can achieve our goals, but we have to put it in action in order to achieve it and make sacrifices which are needed to accomplish it. Thing that separates good from great is that the great do things when they don't always want to do them. This is a quote said by the most decorated European of all time. Can anyone guess his name? No one? Well, that is Michael Phillips, also known as Flying Fish. He was only 11 years old when he said that he wanted to break the world record. With this, his swimming career started with his coach Bob Bowman. He was one of the youngest swimmers who got qualified for Olympics. He was only 15 years old when he got qualified for 2007 Olympics. Even though he didn't win any medal there, he decided to move on and perform better in the upcoming events. He did well in 2004 Olympics, but wanted to do better. So he challenged himself in front of the whole world that he would get 8 gold medals in 2008 Beijing Olympics. People mocked at him, laughed at him, and thought he was mad. But he ignored them and kept on moving forward. There were many difficulties in his life. Unfortunately, he met an accident in 2006, just 2 years before the Olympics, and had fractured his right arm. His doctor advised him not to take part in it, but he did not give up and started swimming with his legs only. And within a span of a year, he had mastered it too. My friends, there were hurdles after hurdles in his path, but he did not give up and kept on moving forward and forward. Finally, it was time for 2008 Beijing Olympics. He had won already 7 medals in it, and it was his last event. When the race had just begun, one side of his swimming goggles broke, and water started entering in his eyes continuously. He did not stop and kept on swimming. When the race had finished, he came out of the pool and saw the scoreboard with his blurry eyes and bowed his head at the top. He had created history with his dedication and never-giving attitude. With these qualities, he had won 28 medals, out of which 23 were gold medals. His motto for success is, if you want something bad enough, you will get it. This is a type of attitude and dedication one should have in his life to achieve goals. As many of us standing here aspire to do something extraordinary in life, we want to create a history that our parents, relatives, juniors, friends, teachers, and the upcoming generations remember us as the motivating factors and be proud of us. In AFKI, when I look at the Achievers Gallery, where the names of cadets who have joined various defense academies like NDA, IMA, AFA, or NAVAC and have become officers, I and my course mates get motivated and aspire to work hard towards the goal so that we can have a name written there just like them. This goes same for others also. You must have an idol who motivates you to walk on his footsteps and become just like him. Here, I would like to quote, heights by great men reached and kept were not attained by sudden flight, but they, while the companions slept, were toiling upwards in the night. In the end, I would like to say, you should work hard and be consistent towards your work, towards your goal. Because not just by working hard you can achieve it, but being consistent towards it also matters. If you have attained these two qualities and you're true to yourself, I'm 101% sure no one will be able to stop you from creating history. Lives of all great men remind us we can make our lives sublime. And departing, leaving behind us footprints on the sands of time. Thank you.